Oops. All right.
Oh, hello, and welcome back to Scars of Disorder, episode 9. Brought to you by- 9, I believe so. Yeah, episode 9. We are 9 episodes deep, folks.
9.
No, I think it is 9.
9. I've been
Nope.
playing a lot of Indiana Jones. Please, I'm begging gamers to play that game. It is so good.
I've been playing a lot of Secret Hitler, so that's
It's
also
right up the same alley.
yeah, right up the same.
I know
same
one
alley.
of these IPs. The other one I'm really afraid of.
It's a really fun game. It's a board game. It's like a social deduction game, like Werewolf or Mafia. But you have someone is Hitler, and you're trying to figure out who Hitler is and kill him.
No, I get that now.
It's really fun.
I'd say it's one of the most like elegantly designed social deduction board games.
Agreed.
It's very good.
It's quick too. It's sometimes Werewolf
quick.
and Mafia gets drawn out.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
Please stop talking. Let's just move on.
Yeah, it's made to be like streamlined, and also just when you look at all the components, it's like built to be a classic too.
I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate your explanation. It's still making me queasy.
It's fair. I understand. I get why people
hear
that'd be like, I don't know if I want to play that game.
These are the times. But I'm gonna point out the lack of Monroe in the room. Monroe had a little emergency, so we're not able to see her today. But we should expect to have all of us in
2 weeks.
2 weeks, because we are not meeting next week because we have some prior engagements.
More than half of us are taking a vacation.
Yep.
Did you put in your out of office requests?
I did put in my out of office request. It just
did not
approved today. So
some people are really sticklers about that, Danny.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't have a job, so I think we're good.
you have this job, and you did not put in.
I have this job.
Me?
That's what I thought you were talking about. I did not put in my request with you. So does that mean I have to stay and work? Okay.
You have to stay and do this for Sam and Monroe.
Okay.
I'm going to be off as well. Danny, can you just do social media or something?
Sure. Can you? Yeah, do social media.
I'll just go live. I'll go live on TikTok.
And play Secret Hitler.
And play Secret Hitler by myself. How was I think at the time of recording this, it's just a few days after New Year's, and it's probably releasing like about a week or so after New Year's. How was your guys' New Year's celebrations, if any?
Oh, absolutely terrible.
Oh,
and
no.
I'll tell you why. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but we recorded, what was it, 2 weeks ago? And the day after, my son came down with like a high fever, and it just spread through the entire house and ate into Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, our planned trip to go away with friends. It ate up our family post-Christmas celebration, and then has just wiped us out completely. We've never been as sick as we've been over the past 2 weeks, and I'm not sure if we're clear of it yet. So
I'm
prayers
so
up.
sorry.
I mean, again, I don't think that we've been in physical contact, so I'm not going to blame you. But it was real rough. And we were coming off of a week of having a stomach bug as well. So we thought, we're like, oh, thank goodness the stomach bug is cleared up. And then boom. And it's been rough. We literally it's January 3rd. We just opened presents from Christmas today. With
wow,
the kids,
you were that sick.
Because they didn't have the energy.
Whoa. That's wild.
So I think I'm actually have taken a pause. I'm still in 2024.
Sure, that's fair.
Will you all let me know how 2025 goes? Is it going to be good? What do you think?
It's
so far it's okay.
I don't know. I don't want to bring it down too much. I did have someone, Johnny actually, texted us and was like, "Hey, there's a mysterious illness going around in China." I was like, "Again, come."
No, there's no way.
Man,
There's no way.
come on. But it's not like a verified thing. It looked like a screenshot, so take that with a grain of salt. It's not like on a bunch of news sites. So don't worry, people.
Okay, I won't. Thanks from the past. That's
because
for me, still 2024 because I have not had New Year's yet. Barely had
because
Christmas.
the thing with the last, big virus, we all know which one it is, right? That there was like at least a year leading up to that where like we knew that it was there, like this whole coronavirus is going around, and then it just wasn't as popular, but then it happened, right? So I guess what I'm saying is
it feels like it
was a while before. It was a while
quick.
before. It felt like it escalated quickly.
It was called
because
like COVID-19 the year 2019.
Oh,
and
yeah,
when
and
it
then
came to the States, it was 2020.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
It just felt like it escalated so quickly because it was
because time meant nothing for those like 4 years.
Exactly. But
yeah, Justin, how was your New Year celebration?
I don't know if it's a symptom of being an introvert or not having a ton of IRL friends in Chicago, but like I don't do anything for New Year's anymore. So this year I put Rio to bed. We do this thing. It's gonna stop at some point once he learns how to read a clock. But I'll just pull up a YouTube video of a ball dropping, and we'll do a countdown at like 7 p.m. and we'll make a big deal of it. He doesn't know.
I love that so much.
He doesn't know that it's not live. So I'll pull it up and be like, "Hey, Rio, it's a new year," and then we'll be like, "All right, bedtime," and then I'll put him to bed. And my tradition the last couple of years is have a little champagne, and I don't stay up till midnight because I like sleep too much. And what's the point? You know what I mean? Like stay up till midnight. Okay, cool. It's a new year. It'll be a new year when I wake up tomorrow. So
I like that you're giving Gen Alpha a lot of credit when he learns how to read a clock. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen for our kids.
Well, the digital ones.
He means like read the numbers.
Really look at a time. Means. Here's the thing. I want to amend Justin's earlier statement and also apologize to the people. I forgot to invite him to New Year's Eve party. That's on me.
In Chicago, though. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Sorry, am I not good enough for you?
No.
I don't live in Chicago.
He's saying that this is how it's been. This is how it's been.
I hear what he's saying. I hear what he's saying.
Next year.
Nick, you live in the country.
Apparently.
It's just those windy roads are too dark at night. Too many deer.
Yeah, those windy roads where you hear all those street racers every single episode. Listeners know where I live. At this point, you can probably triangulate the fucking sound.
Danny, how was your New Year's?
Yeah, Danny, you seem like the most Michelangelo of the bunch. You know, the party dude.
I love when we have throwbacks to our green room talks.
Yeah, we were talking about TMNT before we went live.
I'd say from now on, whenever we do a callback to a green room conversation, we should not explain it.
Well, no, that's what's funnier about it.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Me and my sisters, more friends, threw a party here at the house I'm at right now in Florida. It was fun. Played some games, sung some karaoke, drank, had a countdown. We bought some noisemakers and those like confetti poppers. The only kind of poppers that anyone should be partaking in. Confetti poppers.
Is that what the kids are calling them nowadays? It's like a new version of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, Justin. Danny wouldn't know because he's a good boy.
You talking about bubble
yeah.
wrap?
Yes.
But that's also a great name for a drug. Just saying.
Huh? Bubble wrap?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good name for a drug.
That would be a good one. All right, I'm now
That's
adding.
how it makes you feel. That's how it makes you feel.
Bubble wrap is now canon in the 4 nations. There is a drug called bubble wrap.
That
No, see, that doesn't make sense.
that doesn't make sense because they don't have bubble wrap.
So we would just have to make it make sense in the fiction.
Look,
Why would they call it bubble wrap?
GM,
Make
I
it make
believe
sense,
you.
Danny. Make it make sense right now.
Hmm?
You can't, because it doesn't make sense.
They use a really thin wrap made of silken tofu, and it's so thin that when you exhale, it creates bubbles.
Okay, I'm. You know what? I'm going to pull back. I should not have told you to do that.
You
What's
have
going on?
waterbenders right there, Danny.
Oh
That
yeah,
could
no,
just be a
there's no way.
technique. Hey, I'll take a technique. You want to make me a technique called bubble wrap?
Called bubble wrap.
No, yeah, no, because benders don't need to resort to that kind of thing because they have bending. Because non-benders, they're so bored with their lives that they need to find these things to, because benders are just inherently better than non-benders.
Okay, the thing about magic in any world that has magic inherently is that it's not magical to the people who live there.
That's true. They're just like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah, it's just a martial art. That's I feel like a common take that like newcomers see. Sorry, I'm sounding gatekeepy, but that like
You're
some
not saying that
people
they can't come here. It's just a
Yeah.
misconception that you are explaining.
like, oh, it's just magic. And like I'll see like some people on Reddit like being like, oh, look, I thought about this like cool like bending move. Like, okay, it's just you're just casting fireball at that point. Like, no, it's like it's a martial art form. And that's
Also, firebenders can already cast fireball. They just throw a fireball.
Yeah, but it looks cooler. They're not a dweeb with a pointy hat going, oh, wait, let me look this up. Let me just index this real quick and then flip through the pages, do some hand signs. I don't know.
I aspire to be that sort of magic user.
I know, me too.
I aspire
Real
to
big
either
wizard fan
play
right
as or witness in a game someone use the tech. I know we already had Che, and he was using the technology techniques, but I really want to see someone like fully delve into like using like the gears, like mechanic and everything, and like that like mechanical currency and like spending and gaining gears to like do things. I think that'd be very cool to see. So maybe the first one of you that I kill off, you can switch to a technology.
I was going to say, Danny, you just need to kill one of us. And then
You know what's funny is
Not me, please.
I feel like in every one shot of Avatar I've played a technology user because I just find it more fun. Like weirdly enough, speaking of magic, like that's why I like magic in like fantasy and what, because I have to like be creative and think about like how can I use my spells and magic to like get things done. And I feel like technology fills that role in this game because I have to be I can't just be like, and I kick and I punch and I throw a rock.
Yeah.
I have to think like what in this specific situation is the problem and how does the technology that I have access to address that problem? And it forces you to be really creative. Why? But for some reason, I'm not playing a technology user. And I don't know why.
because you can do the same thing with bending. It's the same.
You can,
Yeah.
But I think to our earlier conversation about it just being like an innate thing, it feels less quote unquote special if you're a bender.
That's fair.
Right? You're just a bender, which is still cool. You can do a lot of cool things. But I think being a non-bender and picking that as your specialty forces you to be creative in ways that benders don't have to.
Yeah.
Because of the way the world is set up.
That was one of the coolest things about our last Avatar Legends campaign when I played as Jing Min, the archer. She was non-bender, and that was so interesting thinking about any kind of tense situations we were in. Like, all right, how do I move around this battlefield? Not only being a non-bender, but being a 3 foot tall, like 10-year-old girl. Like, that was like, all right,
yes.
How do I do this? that was very cool. But speaking of literally what we were just talking about. Whoa, 4 nations. Y'all ready to hop in?
Yeah,
I was born ready.
Yeah, how's that for a segue? Previously on Scars of Disorder.
Did you guys know that the creator of the Segway tested the Segway and how fast it could stop?
You told this fact before, but
I love telling this fact.
Is this a bit now?
It's a bit for me. It has been for a while. This is true. He was trying to show how fast the Segway could stop. So he was driving a Segway right up to the ledge of a cliff, and he drove straight off. You can look it up. Anyways, Danny.
Oh, speaking of driving Segways straight off of cliffs, why don't we climb back up from the cliffhanger I left y'all on last week and see what happens to our group? Yeah. All right.
That was a good segue. See, I saved it for you.
Thank you so much.
Is this what 2025 is like?
Apparently.
I think this is a symptom of 2025, yeah. Previously on Scars of Disorder, our heroes gathered themselves after the tragic attack on the Beifong estate. Teto tried his best to bring comfort to Shufan and Su, while Ling Hong talked some sense into a very furious Tao Beifong. Tensions rose as the group witnessed Jiang Beifong start to speak out about the attack and the tragedy of the loss of Tu. And when she proclaimed her newfound seat of power due to Tu's death, Ling Hong questioned her authority and tried her best to get those present to see Jiang how she did, corrupt and very shady. Soon, though, the party decided it'd be best to leave for now, and after bidding the Beifongs farewell, they ran into an old friend, Jio-san, who told them that he saw some pirates taking their friend Haru to the southern coast. And so I think that is where we'll pick up. We'll just pick up on Teto, Mei, and Ling Hong, and Justin, if you're okay with sort of loosely taking the Mei reins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jio-san leading you guys onto his carriage.
Can I establish that as a nomad, Teto would have also taken some time to go and gather their things and maybe gather some supplies for the road as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I think
we stole some eel hounds.
Yes, that's what we did. Not a carriage. Sorry. Not a carriage. We stole eel hounds from the Beifong estate, and we had not rolled yet, right?
No, we rolled.
Did we already?
We got them.
We did roll. Okay, that was okay.
I would like
you
gave us 3 eel hounds. So I think we could do two an eel hound, and then one will have triple.
Yeah.
Here's the writing order I would like to suggest.
Yes,
please.
If
Mei and Feng could
I was
ride
about
an
to say
eel
Mei
hound
and
together,
Feng.
just because Mei I think is a good protector of Feng. I would like to get to know Moshen and Riho a little better. So I think Teto should go with them. That should leave I think
that just leaves
the way that scene pans out is that she's like, Mei should definitely be with Feng for sure. You'd like to? Teto, you want to hang out with the? Yes, that makes sense. I understand.
I just want to get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
And hear their story.
All right, so that leaves me.
You see Jio-san waving to you.
He's like right next to me.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's settle up.
Mei will lean over and be like, "You got this thing wrong."
What is it? What is it? What do I have? No, don't walk away.
We'll figure it out. Good luck. See you later.
I've got it.
Yeah, so I think Jio-san, obviously Teto and Mei already know this, that Jio-san knows where the ship is docked. And so Jio-san will be the one to lead. So I think you guys probably make haste. I don't know how much room there is for conversations between the eel hounds, but is there anything that you guys want to talk about or talk to your fellow riders about on the way there? It's not too far away, but it's like not right next door to Gowling, the southern like docks. It's a little bit of a ways ride, so you have a little bit of time to talk.
Teto will lean over to his companions and say, or to Mohen and Riho, and be like, have you really taken a vow of silence?
No, we didn't. That was just a funny little goofy thing, I guess. I guess I can't speak for Riho, but
You
I think
can speak. You just said you can't speak, but you can speak. It just feel like it's okay. Like I have encountered awkward people before. Hang out with me. We'll make it smooth. Once we get to Haru, maybe I can teach you how to approach people and talk to them using your mouth, just the same way that I'm going to teach him.
I appreciate that, Tacho. We don't have issues approaching people with our mouths, but
that sounded really awkward.
I know
it's okay. I understand you're awkward. I understand you're awkward. You're awkward.
A sigh of defeat. Thank you, Tacho. Thank you for understanding that.
We'll keep you safe, and if you hang out with me, I'll keep you suave as well.
And thank you for that as well. I from what I understand, from what Fong and Jen told us, we're heading to the Eastern Air Temple.
I think eventually, speaking of awkward, that might be a little bit awkward for me, but we can get into that later. Right now, we need to go after Haru. Something's happened. They've taken him. We're not exactly sure why, but I know that he's in danger. Once we get a little bit closer, I think we'll pull up a little bit short, and maybe we'll see if we can hide you all in a place that's safer as we go in and see what the situation is and free him.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying these things. I don't really know.
Yes. No, that makes a lot of sense. And also being where we're headed, sounds like we're going to a docks, going onto an empty moon ship. Mohan and I won't be of much use on there. So unless they have bags of sand or something. But yes. All right. Sounds good. Never mind.
So awkward. So awkward.
It's like an Earth Sage thing, right? They're very cliquey. They talk to themselves.
They're just mean girls.
No, Teto has taken out the groundhog from his cloak, and he's saying these guys are really awkward.
He starts making the finger circular motion around his head like crazy.
And Teto's like, do you want me to do your hair? I don't quite. I just don't understand you. You're a groundhog. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, you'd look great. I don't know. Okay. Back in the cloak.
Dog back in the cage. Anyway, so Ling just pipes up at some point during this journey. Jisan.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I kind of did that. I didn't mean to. Anyway,
that's fine. Okay.
Do you ever feel like you just can't win?
Like at what do you mean? I lose a lot at Pie Show, if that's what you mean. Kind of on a losing streak.
Sure. I just mean, like, it feels like there's so much expected of us, and at the same time, no one gives us any respect. Like, they expect nothing of us. I don't know if you've had that experience. Maybe I'm just...
What do you feel people are expecting of you, Lynn?
I don't think they expect anything of me anymore. she leaves it there if he doesn't say anything else.
Gio-san goes, what? Why do you feel like you're always losing?
Because everybody, I just try to do my best, and no one's happy afterwards.
Were you happy afterwards?
No.
Why weren't you happy afterwards? Was it because
It could be the dead bodies. It's probably the dead bodies.
I'm so sorry. Can I please just ask specifically what you're talking about?
Definitely just what just happened and nothing else.
The Beifong attack? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't see.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
forgot.
I'm so sorry.
So, and then she explains,
yeah,
in an entirely too casual way, she explains the murder of the head of the Beifong estate.
Yeah.
And the deaths of several people. Also, Teto's clear lack of just full lack of faith or loss of faith in her. No. So yeah, I really think he thinks I'm a monster now, and yeah, Maze seems still pretty cool with me, and now we've lost Haru, and I had 3 prospects for friends, and now I have 2, and going from 0 to 3 and then back to 2 is very really only 1 because one of them is missing. So it's a very much whiplash. I do not enjoy what is happening. I don't even know why I'm telling you this.
Ling, I can't speak for Teto, and I know I barely know you. You barely know me, but I do just get this sense that, I might have an understanding of you, and I don't think you're a monster. Like I said, I can't speak for Techo, but I also don't think he thinks you're a monster either. He might be disappointed, but I don't think he thinks you're a monster. And it does sound like you did your best, and I, for one, am happy and proud that you did your best. I'm also glad that you made it out alive. It sounds like you lost a lot of people, but I think that despite the loss through what happened, it should be good to recognize the ways that you've overcome what you just faced, the ways that you grew. And I think through this, he can respond, but I think there is going to be a Gio-san trying to shift you towards reinvention.
I think this conversation would have been restoration.
Restoration? Okay, sorry, I'm
Genuinely.
still... Okay, so restoration is for Ling.
Is learning to let go of it's reinvention for her is fully adopting the persona of okay, I'm a pacifist now. I am changing things about myself so that I become acceptable. And true restoration for her is just accepting herself and actually
definitely
being okay. It's okay to have things that you want to change about yourself.
Yes,
but also you need to accept the things that you cannot change. And even the things you want to change, you have to accept about yourself. Otherwise, you will never change them. So that's just a quick PSA to her. Sorry, what?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to write down your explanation for both of those.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I can put them in the notes.
Definitely restoration.
Yeah. She does not say anything in reply. She just sits quietly and as they ride.
All right, and you just accept the balance shift?
Yeah, not even resisted.
Nice. Yeah, and then I think Gio-san doesn't really say anything after as well. Maybe speeds up a little bit make a little more noise so there's not as much silence, you know.
Awkward.
Does
Teto
anyone
leans
else?
altogether too far, like physically impossible levels. Awkward.
I love it. Does anyone else want to talk about anything? Otherwise, I think I want to cut to a particular scene on a ship.
I think May's just like, you good?
Yeah. Honestly, I
Cool,
think I
good.
should
All right.
tell. Okay. I love it. The camera sort of pans up and we see these three eel hounds just booking it towards the southern docks, and the camera incredibly fast shifts down the road that you guys are on to the southern docks, to this quite large empty moon ship, and we zoom in onto the top of the crow's nest where Palrock is standing there, one hand holding a bound Haru, the other holding a spyglass, looking towards the road, towards the northern road. What does Palrock do or say? If nothing, what's going through Palrock's head right now? Haru, sorry. You tell me what's going through Palrock's head, all right?
Palrock is saying, I'm gonna give up. I think this. I want to be a clown in Boston State, and I don't think the pirate life is for me.
Palrock wants to be a circus clown.
Yeah.
No, what is? How's it going with Haru?
I think despite everything that has happened, he can't not assess the situation. I don't mean that in the mechanical move sense. I mean the assassin.
Roll them dice.
Trying to gain some information out of this to use the environment and the situation to their advantage.
Yeah.
So they're standing next to Palrock, and then, what are you looking for? What's out there?
Right now, I'm looking for the sages that your friends have with them.
What is your obsession with them? Why are you doing all this?
Fortunately for me, I'm not as nearsighted as you and your friends, Haru. It's not just the sages. I'm not just stopping there. There are the amount of people out there who use their power, their status for themselves is boundless. I think the world sees its current state in all the wrong ways right now. They look at the corruption and the Dao Fei, and they see chaos. They see disorder. But I just don't see it that way. Me and my friends here, we don't see it that way. We see a realigning, if you will. A second chance, maybe.
I mean, you don't got to tell me. I already told you. I lived under the thumb of the Fire Lord for a long time.
So you know firsthand what those types of people do with their power, Haru.
I do, and I also know that people like you and me could never touch those people. That's Avatar Kyoshi's job.
Where is Avatar Kyoshi, Haru?
I don't know.
Exactly. Where's Avatar Kyoshi? I mean, first we had, what was his name? Yoon. Yes, and then, oh no, the sages, the people in power said, no, it's not him. Now we have Kiyoshi. Because what? Because the sages told us? Because what political authorities told us? Who even is the Avatar? Where has the Avatar even been for the past?
I don't know. But I do know that without some semblance of order, it just evolves into another Paul Rock standing up to fight you, and that another Paul Rock standing up to fight them, and on and on and on. You're just perpetuating more violence, Paul Rock. And it will not end well for you. Trust me.
You speak as if you know so well, but truly, we won't until we see, will we?
I guess. Yeah.
I was gonna ask as well. You said that Haru was sort of just taken in. Do you want to actually mechanically assess the situation? Be it either with Power Rock specifically, or just, I mean, you have a pretty. What's nice is Power Rock gave you a pretty nice vantage point up here.
It's true. I do think, yeah, during this conversation, maybe they're talking and they're like looking at places. And Haru's really good at making it seem like they're talking and doing one thing when really they're doing something else.
I love
so that. They're like looking at the ship, looking at the workers, looking at what's on board to see if there's anything that they could use when inevitably it goes down.
Okay. Yeah. So roll assess a situation. Assess a situation.
Focus or creativity?
It's creativity.
Okay. I'm okay at that. But not when I roll like that. That is a 6.
Okay.
Maybe Paul Rock can help you.
Yeah, maybe
this Paul Rock want to help
you. Here's what I think. I think you do notice something. I think you up here and thinking about, like, you know, like when, like what you said, when it inevitably goes down, when your friends get here, because I think Haru pretty much knows in their head, oh, they're coming for me at some point, right? You also are looking at the position you're in right now, and you do feel very vulnerable.
I would like to say, I don't think Haru, I think he hopes they're coming for him. Okay. I think he thinks they're not. I think he thinks he's scared too much.
Okay. So maybe Haru
he's looking for a way out for himself.
Yeah. So I will say this then. The position you're in right now is very not beneficial for you. You feel very vulnerable here because you're very high up on a pirate ship on docks away from the land. Right now, especially in this crow's nest you're in, bending is essentially useless to you. So even if you were to somehow get out of your binds, you got to find a way to get down there and quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the quickest way down is also not safe. So, yeah. So that's the only thing you notice. But yeah.
Okay.
And I think Pal Rock will just look back through the spyglass and say, let's just hope your friends do come, Haru, because your use for us is growing very thin, and I'd hate to see you go. You're proving very interesting to me.
Well, I've appreciated the hospitality.
Don't mention it. And then
the punch to the gut was it's the best I've had in years.
Yeah, you can thank Homai for that. He is pretty well established striker.
I don't know if I've ever heard that term before.
Yeah, he likes
Not a
hitting.
football fan.
That's all I mean. Is that a football term, striker?
It is, yeah.
I was thinking of the guy who put metal in Wolverine.
Colonel William Stryker?
He's just there. It's just Colonel William Stryker.
Oh my's dad. Who's William Stryker? No. And I think us, the audience, we see a scene where we zoom in on Palrock looking through the spyglass, and we see her eyes widen a little bit. As what do we see actually? Because I think we'll sort of zoom back to the rest of the group, and we see a scene of Geo-san sort of bring this group to a stop as we're just coming up to a hill. And Geo-san will say, "The docks are just over this horizon."
During the ride up, Teto has been talking to the Earth Sages, and he's convinced them to give him maybe like little pieces of their robe, and he's dressed up the groundhog in what looks very similar to a cloak that is like his, and he's showing it around.
I love it. So yeah, so you dressed the groundhog. Awesome.
We should probably get the Earth Sages to a place of safety. We don't want them in this conflict.
Yes, I can take Mohan and Riho. This is Fong talking, by the way. I can take Mohan and Riho, and we will just head out in a big bush. Oh, like that one. That's a very big bush there.
Did we stop? Is that why we're all able to talk to each other? Did I miss something?
Yeah, we stopped.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we stopped.
Oh, sorry.
Geo-san stopped the trio of eelhounds and said, "The docks are just over this hill."
Distracted by my hatred of William Stryker. Anyways,
Nick and I were just talking about how much we hate William Stryker.
Lock it back in. Right. So, yes, you three continue to do what it is, I don't know. Just survive, just hide somewhere, maybe dig a hole. Geo-san, if you want to look after them, that would be great. Kind of assume you're not a fighter. Don't really carry yourself like one. I don't mean to insult you if you wanted to.
Geo-san? You're talking to Geo-san?
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking I'll just drop you guys off here.
Yeah. All right.
You
That's
don't
okay.
Think that it would
I'm
be...
not.
Sorry, Geo-san. You seem to know the ins and outs of this place. Don't you think that it would be better if you stayed with us, so that you could show us around? Ling,
Yeah, but
it's a dock. It's a boat and a dock. I have more experience with those two things than everyone here combined, and probably half the people on the dock combined. Right?
Well, Ling, I didn't know that about you.
Oh,
you neither.
Yes, my uncle's works on the dock. He's a fisherman.
But how does that give you experience?
Well, I
Geo-san
worked
Just
on
mine.
the dog with him. What? Oh wow, Geo-san took this is fine. Interesting.
No.
Danny's he's just made another guardian character to look after mine.
It's just red like again. No. So yeah, so it sounds like I'm not one for danger or dangerous situations. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I have all the hope in the world that you'll survive.
Okay, all right, Geo-san, I understand. I thought you could be helpful since that you were the one who took us here, and you have been really helpful. Thank you so much. You've gone out of your way. I don't know if anybody has said thank you to you yet, and Teto is going to side-eye Ling for helping us in this situation. And we would be honored if you could also, if you're not going to come with us, stay with the Earth Sages. That would be extremely helpful.
That's what I just asked him to do.
Is that something you would consider, Geo-san, who I am talking to?
I think I do need a plead because I think Gio-san wants to just leave, right? Honestly, I think in the back of his mind, he's like, if things go wrong, they might still be my ride home. So I think I do still need a plead.
Yeah, I can plead. I want to keep Gio-san around.
Yeah, me too.
Because I like him.
For the love of God, no.
No, this is we're gonna make you a match.
I love it. Whenever anyone's rolling, I gotta look at their character sheet because I always forget.
All right, I'm gonna roll with Harmony.
Do you want to use Roguish Charm?
I would love to use Roguish Charm. I am chalk up to my fatigue, so I cannot.
Oh gosh, I did not even see that.
Oh gosh.
I got a 6. -1. I got a 5.
Okay. Ling, I don't know if you're you are technically in a position to help, but I don't know if you'd want to do that.
No. She's not asking. She's like, no, look after the Earth stages. You don't have to stay afterwards.
This is the plead to even stay with the Earth stages.
Oh.
Yeah, Gio-san's already said that he is.
I guess
going to.
A part of him just wants to leave. Just go back to Gao Ling.
All right. Well, if you really want to leave, just go. It's fine. Nobody's going to keep you here. Ling. I understand. Oh. Tato, it's fine. We can't make the man stay. He's afraid for his life. He's trying not to wet his pants. Just let him go.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard anyone attacking the Beifong estate, and those are the people that attacked the Beifong estate, and I'm not especially keen to see what they have to say.
Right. Which is
but
fair.
You guys I can already see, are a lot more capable than I am, so I have all the faith in you guys.
We appreciate the faith.
Sorry.
Yes, thank you for that. Anyway, Earth stages. I don't know. Do what you do.
All right. I'll leave you guys. I'll leave you guys two of the eel hounds. It's okay if I take one of the eel hounds?
That is a Teto question.
Teto?
Say no. Say no.
It's fine. I understand if you need them. I'm a walker. I walk a lot. Look, he shows you disgusting calluses on the bottom of his feet.
Teto is really torn right now because he doesn't.
All right, fine. Take the eel hound. Good Lord, you're pathetic. Get out of here.
Me? Okay.
This boy likes you.
So, he's like, you're mildly attractive and incredible and outstandingly pathetic. Like,
oh, you think he's attractive?
Well, yeah. That's why it's hard to talk to him. He's still standing.
He's not around. He's not around. He's still standing.
He's still standing there. Yeah, this does not.
He's getting in the reddest you've ever seen him. He's incredibly red. He's like, oh.
Yes, I know it's very awkward. I'm sorry. Just, yeah, but you turned out to be pretty, lame. So, it's okay. You just go live your life.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to Gao Ling. Good luck, you guys.
Good luck, Gio-san. Thank you so much.
What does he need good luck for? He's not even doing anything.
Okay. Teto's gonna start to tie off the ends of his robes to his ankles, and then also to his wrists as well. He says, I think I'm gonna see if I can get a better vantage point to see if I can see what our situation is like without being detected. And what I would like him to do is use his airbending to fill his cloak to act as a parachute and float him up high into the air.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to see a roll, but before that, we do see a scene of Gio-san with his hands in his pocket, skipping away, just being like, "She said I'm attractive."
She also said you're
lame. He also
he didn't hear
said that he
though.
could take one of the eel hounds, but he just decided not to, I guess.
He completely forgot. I want to see a roll. Is anyone else sort of doing anything during this sort of scouting phase?
I don't know. Does anybody need any healing?
I do need healing. I'm wondering how to narratively work it in.
I have a now practiced move that just restores fatigue. I don't know how we want to use that.
Yeah, except technically we can't use techniques unless we're in an exchange. So I don't know. We should. Yeah, I feel like we should talk about, because I do want there to be a way that you can use.
How about maybe we'll do a scene, Nick. And Teto's getting maybe more frustrated than you all have seen him before. It's probably the residuals of the confrontation at the Bayfront Fong estate, where he did try to get Ling and Mei to help Fomu, and he's pulled between wanting to be present for his friends. He really does also want to get Haru out, even though I think there's just a lot of conflicted feelings between these people who are here, and he is at this point taking it upon himself to see if he can move this group closer to cohesion through his actions, and he's readying his cloak to see if he can, do something to further the situation to help Haru. And he looks at Ling and says, I don't understand, why you're pushing away the people who could possibly help us, especially when we need to help each other.
Well, Teto, Chio-san was not going to be able to help us. Okay? He just wasn't. His heart wasn't in it, and he didn't. I mean, regardless of whether or not you believe he had any skills to actually help us, his heart wasn't in it. And we can't ask someone to do what we need to do without, them actually committing to that.
If his heart wasn't in it, Ling, where is your heart? It seems I'm having a real hard time understanding some of the choices that you've made. I know you wanted to protect the Beifongs, and I know you wanted to do it in a way that is as nonviolent as possible. I've seen the way that you use your techniques, but the way that you treat other people, it feels like it cuts like a shard of ice.
My family used to say we left our hearts in the South Sea. It's very cold. That's why that ties into it. Sorry.
Thanks for the context.
I apologize.
I was a little bit lost.
That's fair. I'm new to valuing life. I was not raised to concern myself with it, with the lives of others. I'm just trying to do right, Tato. And maybe I thought that I knew that equation and knew how to balance it. And maybe you're right and I'm wrong. And I'm sorry.
Ling, if you're trying to do right, it's really hard to do it on your own. The best way to do right is by joining with other people of common cause. I'm feeling really alone out here. I'm not sure why Haru did what he did, but I know that afterwards, his face showed me that he wasn't in control when he took those actions against Fomu. He fled. He left. I don't think his intention was to stay away, but somebody took him. Now, together, we have a chance to get him back. We can't do it on our own. But I feel that the way that you're pushing people away, that I am on my own.
Teto, I'm not pushing you away. I don't. You want to know what Haru felt? Haru felt afraid. Because it's really, really, really scary to be out there and to have your life on the line, to have other lives on the line. It's scary and it's hard to make the right decision. And he lost himself and did something that he regrets. And it's very easy to do that. We're not as strong as you, Teto. None of us are. Not any of the three of us. This is easy for you. And we're not pushing you away. You're just leaving us behind.
I don't want to do that. I want to
go any further.
bring you with
me. You want a guide and comfort from, it sounds like, Ling Rong, sort of comforting Teto. It seems like Teto's kind of, for this risky thing, Teto's maybe like, pun not intended, spiraling a little bit. And I think Ling is trying to bring him in.
No, you should just claim that. Pun it.
Point of order while you're rolling. Haru literally cannot feel afraid.
I know. Okay. Whatever.
Mechanically, I literally cannot ever be afraid.
I can feel fear.
All right.
Like,
so
maybe Teto doesn't realize the death inside of you. Like the fact that maybe he's projecting.
Mental note for Danny when reading Guide and Comfort: Ling is the you, Teto is the they.
Yes. Just because imagine if you're the one rolling. You is referring to the one rolling,
Which is me.
which is Ling
You have terrible stats. I don't want to be guided and comforted by you.
Yeah, I mean.
Sorry,
What did you roll?
I didn't think about this before.
What do you think? What do you guys think I rolled?
I think you rolled a 12. I think you rolled a 14. I think you rolled a 20.
assisting.
What?
Is it within assisting? Would an assist get you there?
Well, it would have been because it was a 6, but then -1 harmony is then 5. So
It's
May looks like she's about to step in, and she's like, "No, I'm not."
no, there's no saving this. To be fair, it doesn't mean that narratively, it doesn't work. Like you can still embrace the comfort. It's just that you mechanically don't get any benefits.
Yeah.
there's no benefit.
I'm trying to, man, because I want to.
I do think Danny gets a GM move though.
It's just what it is. It means we go into this situation like this.
Yeah.
I tried and I failed. Again, I'm a failure.
I do want to hear Teto's
And now who's spiraling?
Ling just throws herself down on the ground.
Trying so hard, but I'm bad at everything.
Oh my god.
So Ling was saying, that she was saying that everybody else is not as strong as Teto, and that strikes Teto in that Teto is leaving them behind, and this is such a a different perspective from the way that Teto has been interacting with this group. He doesn't feel strong. He doesn't feel like he's ahead. He feels, a little bit foolish sometimes. He tries to keep himself happy and engaged, but there is obviously a lot more experience, especially when it comes to combat, with his 3 companions than himself. And coming off of this very highly violent encounter, he's feeling a little shook about it. And so he turns to Ling and is like, I don't think you're reading the situation quite right. I don't feel strong. I don't feel like I'm ahead of you. I don't understand why, even though there are people who are trying to bring you closer,
that it seems that you're keeping them at an arm's distance. You're mixed up, Ling. You want to help people, but you're so sharp when you do it, it ends up pushing people away.
And that's what he says.
Yeah, Ling just like kind of stares off.
And I think Teto will see this and he'll soften. And he says,
I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now. I don't mean to say that it's going to be like this forever. I think there's an opportunity where both of us can grow. And where maybe I can have that strength that you seem to see in me. And maybe the softness that you need in your life, maybe you can open yourself to it. It might not happen right now, but I have to believe that in the future, there's a chance for that to happen.
can I guide and comfort Ling?
I was just gonna say, I was like, is this gonna be a guide and comfort for Ling?
Turn tables, mother.
Sorry, I was
That's what you
speaking
gotta
in the
do, right. Can't
I
you
was speaking
turn?
in
You
the-
could turn the move onto them. So.
Oh no, I already did the GM move, but yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like I was
I-
speaking in the character, and I was like, I think Teto would say this, so I feel like he's gonna go ahead and guide and comfort you. And I can't do. All right, you know what? Fuck. I'm sorry. Excuse me. minus one harmony.
All right. Beautiful.
We're not so different, you and I.
It's an 8. Minus 1 is 7.
Ooh,
Still a success.
That is still.
I reject your guidance.
Oh my.
Ling is not able
It's
to. She is not able to take it in. She hears what you're saying and is only hearing that she is wrong and doing wrong and not right. And so she says,
That's legit.
I'm doing my best, and I hope that'll be enough.
All right, Ling. What condition are you inflicting on Teto? And Teto, in which direction are you shifting Ling's balance?
Wait, I get to shift.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I get
When
to
they
shift your
reject.
balance in response.
I'm gonna make that boy angry.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Oh no, never mind. I'm not angry. It's one of the few conditions I don't have marked.
I get to shift your balance?
You guys are not looking pretty going into this.
We're messing each other up even more going into combat.
I mean, Haru.
I have 3 conditions marked right now.
Yeah.
I'm good. I mean, I could get taken off balance, but other than that, I'm good.
Oh, I'm fine.
I don't know what which way do you think it makes the most sense? Is it
You're trying to push her towards restoration.
okay? I'll do that.
So then it would be the opposite, then, wouldn't it?
No.
No, because he just gets to decide which way
Yeah.
it pushes.
I still
Rejection,
want you to feel it. I still want you
Yeah.
to feel it. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Oh,
I
get you.
I want you to be because the way that you just described it, like reinvention is literally a reinvention, a relearning and unlearning, as opposed to what you described as restoration is almost like self-acceptance.
Yes.
And I want you to have self-acceptance.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, and I think the idea of that, even though it was rejected and it's still going the way you want, is like, you know, the little brain worm. Yeah, it's like it's in there.
yeah.
Doing the worm
I mean,
things.
I want to put another voice that says, "You can do it, Ling. You are enough."
It is
inside
drowned
your
out
head.
by a cacophony of her own voice, and her mother's voice going, "You can't do it. You're an idiot."
Oh,
I think
God.
we're really getting into some good stuff here, y'all. It's feeling like very. It's feeling cheaper than therapy, but also more dice.
Which
and
is
in some way
overwhelming.
more expensive.
I should
My
suggest
dice addiction.
dice. I should suggest
Um,
dice with my next therapy
yeah.
appointment.
They're gonna schedule you even more.
Roll dice during this.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see you twice next week.
Sam, I'm so sorry to put this off again, but I just want to ask one last thing to someone. Justin, so we've already established that Haru does not expect his friends to come.
Yes.
Is there anything in this moment that he might do preemptively?
Well, I think Haru is astute enough to see that Paul Rock's eyes get wide.
Well, that was sort of me sort of jumping the gun, being like, does Paul Rock even see them come across yet? But I don't. But it sounds like they're stopping before.
Yeah, I think he thought we were gonna like ride right into it.
That's
Just
what I
keep
thought.
going.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So he just saw like a really cool bird.
Yeah, Power. Oh my god, it's a secretary bird named Archer. What?
I don't think
Crossover City.
Just
The secretary bird in Avatar though is both a secretary and a bird.
and a bird. Yes.
It's holding a suitcase.
I think just for the narrative's sake, whatever Haru is going to do would have to happen like as they're coming, just so it's a coordinated thing, even though he's not expecting them. Just the cinematics of it.
I love that. I love that. So let's see the results of Teto's parachute roll first.
All right. So, what do you want me to roll? Do you want me to rely on my skills and training?
Yeah, it seems like something you're pretty used to doing, that you're pretty familiar with. So let's have you rely on your skills and training.
An airbendy thing, one might say.
In the character creation episode, I did specify that he has this cool cloak that does this thing.
Yes.
What's this? Focus? That's a 0.
Cheese. Oh, well, it's not as bad as your harmony.
It's a 10.
Oh, so yeah, you just do it. You do it. You just do it.
That's how I do it. Just do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you do it.
now I'm in there.
I mean, you are now able to describe
I do it
how you do
perfectly.
it.
Oh, okay. I do it.
You do it. You do it. I think now
I do it
that
with
you're
gusto
in the air,
because that's a pun.
Gusto.
It's a wind pun. Gusto.
Ooh, wind pun. Yeah,
now
you do it. You're in the air.
I'm in the air, and do you want me to do an assess the situation roll? I think the way that this works is Ling and Teto split apart, and Teto in his mind is like is going to just do it on his own, and says, "All right, I'm going to see what I can see." And he'll sort of go behind some trees off to the side and stretch out his arms and stretch out his legs and start to do a meditative breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. And on the third breath, he's going to inhale in, and with that, the wind is going to rise and catch his cloak, and it's going to push him backwards and up into the air. And he'll flatten out his body and direct the wind so that it's going to take him up, higher. The trees will block most of the view until he's up high, and at that point he'll be going at enough velocity that he's just going to sort of go straight up, hopefully not being seen by any pirates. And then he's in the air and is getting a vantage point. The eel hounds are getting smaller. He can see the hill fall away from him. He can see the docks, and now he can see the ships in the bay.
If any of the air nomads of old were to watch you, they might mistake you as Guru Lagima.
Teto is well read and well studied.
I love it.
Okay,
so me,
this is a tangent question. When did that guy live? What era is he in?
We don't know. Like way.
Oh, okay.
Way before.
Just double checking.
Yeah, I did a little bit of scraping on the Avatar wiki before creating this character. I think that was
almost 4,000 years before genocide.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember the actual date, but yeah, it's very implied that he's a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, so Teto's up in the air.
All right, Teto's up in the air. Give me a assess the situation.
I will. And now that I'm angry, I get a -2 to this.
Oh, beautiful. So it just cancels out your creativity plus.
My creativity. Yep. I got an 8.
Ooh. Nice. I love it. So you can ask one of the following questions. What here can I use to blank? Who or what is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out and through? Air. Who or what is in the greatest danger?
And then,
but then I
Justin
decided
and
to say
Nick,
or,
I'll open this up to you too if you all have any suggestions about which one of these I should ask.
Yeah, so you're looking at the ship.
I say you ask, man.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna say a thing.
I would want to know what should I be on the lookout for? I mean, I guess that's the one. What should I be on the lookout for? Because he doesn't really know anything other than they took him to the ship.
Yeah, and I'm just
we know that. I don't want to metagame this because I know where he is. I feel like I'm burning a question, but I feel like
no, you're good.
Okay,
I'll give you something worthwhile.
Thank you.
Also, real quick, Justin,
I am a newbie.
I'm wrong, but it is a separate sentence, so I believe that Teto would still get the +1 ongoing to act on these.
Oh,
question, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, beautiful, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So as you're up here in this fantastic vantage point, going full Lagima, you see the tiny little bipedal ants that are the Empty Moon Pirates. They seem to be moving cargo on and off of the ship. You see some guy like yelling at a trader on the dock, trying to, offload some things while they bring in some more things that they got from Gowling onto their ship. They seem nearing the end of that process, right? There's not so much more cargo they have to bring on. So it seems like you don't have much time to do what you got to do to get them off. I think you also see, I've already established Palrock is a very large, very intimidating woman. And so I think you do see someone that might fit that description with another individual up on the crow's nest of the tallest mast of the ship. Yeah, you see the little glint maybe of the spyglass that they're looking through. And yeah, your heart flutters a little bit as you see what you think might be Palrock. But what should you be on the lookout for? Yep, I already established that they are probably leaving soon. What's nice is there doesn't seem to be any kind of like law enforcement here, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, because you already know how the law enforcement of the state of Gowling can be. So it's sort of like, all right, that's good, but also if something hits the fan, then it'll just be you and the pirates as well. So
I think Teto takes this all in, and he's still feeling kind of isolated. But he sees Haru, and he sees an opportunity. And the opportunity is he's going to go
snipe him.
Come on out. And the groundhog is going to come out of Teto's cloak.
He looks down.
Wearing the replica. Wearing the replica coat of the cloak that Teto is also wearing. So the groundhog has a mini parachute.
He's a skyhog now.
Oh my god! Wait, damn!
I wanna drop this this groundhog onto the ship. I want to guide him as close to Haru as possible. That's what I would like to do. Can I do that? Can you let me do that?
Yeah, I'm not just gonna let you do it. You're gonna have to roll, and just because of no.
You let the dice decide.
And just because of everything, the situation that you're in right now, I don't think I'm just gonna out. I don't even want to hear rebuttal. I don't think this is something that you've done a lot.
I love that. I don't even want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it from you right
You
now.
don't know my story. You literally sent me your story.
You don't know how many groundhogs you drop from the air, Danny.
I mean, maybe if it was a flying ferret, right? It's like, oh, yeah, they're used to this. But it's a groundhog. They literally live most of their life underground.
Underground.
I made him a cloak.
It's going to be a push your luck, Sam. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
Aren't you good at that?
Actually, yeah, I think he is better at that than rely on your skills and training.
Do I can't
Passion.
I can't even roll with my principal because I'm out of fatigue.
Oh no.
Hey, plus control is pretty good though.
Okay,
Yeah, we
let's
came
do it.
into
Here
the
we go.
situation really well prepared, and I'm proud of us.
It's happening. It's happening. Pushing my luck. A +1, and can I get my +1 ongoing as well?
Yeah.
Or okay. Great. Let's do it. I got a 9 on the dice. +1. Oh, it's a little 11. I had to do some quick math.
So you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. But your boldness does pay off despite the cost. So an additional opportunity is going to land in your lap. So let's just play out what happens. So can
you tell me if Paul Rock like finds Tedo attractive? Like that'd be good for him.
I'm gonna say that the additional opportunity is Paul Rock doesn't see any of this. I think that's enough.
All right.
So he doesn't find you at all, let alone attractive.
I'm still thinking of the cost. I'm just gonna narrate the scene as I think about the cost. You let unnamed groundhog go as it's just screaming as it just glides towards the
Little buddy, it's fine. I got you. I'm helping him. I'm helping him because I'm an airbender. I'm bending the wind. Well, yeah, sure. Helping him breathe, helping the
I mean, I think he's helping the parachute fall.
It's like a gust of wind, so he's not just plummeting to his death. He's like,
but he was still screaming. But now he's like looking back at you. Stop screaming. I don't know if groundhogs can cry, but this poor thing is just looking back at you. It's not even looking at the ship. It's just looking back at you like, what have you done? It's just like, as it's drifting away from you.
This is a groundhog. He is now in the sky, landing on a boat.
You learn new things every day.
I think we see a scene on the ground of just some fishermen on their boat, and they hear like slight squeaking, and they look up and they just see, is that a flying groundhog? Oh, you've had too much to drink today. Come on. And we cut back to the poor groundhog. Maybe he starts singing songs to comfort him. You know, they're singing. That's what they do. I gotta reestablish that in the fiction. You hear this. You hear, I don't know, Mary Had a Little Lamb playing from the groundhog's mouth.
That's the most soothing too.
Yes. Haru, you're sort of sitting there. You're like looking back and forth between like what's on the ship, maybe like trying to figure out a way to escape. Looking up Power Rocks, and you see she's a little preoccupied. And then something catches your attention in your peripherals, and as you turn, off in the distance, floating down towards you, you see what honestly is a familiar figure. And he has his hands over his face, one finger over his face, like as he's floating towards you.
Is he landing like above me, like maybe like on the sail, or like?
Once was a ship.
Yeah.
To see the name of the ship.
I think Haru sees this and they just start chuckling. I don't know how Paul Rock responded to that, but it's just like.
Paul Rock sort of just looks at you and goes, yeah, and also I'll say he landed like sort of like above you, right? Maybe sort of near where the empty moon flag is actually being flown, and he's just sort of hanging on now there. Tato, I still got to tell you how it costs you to scrape by. So let's see here. How did it cost you to scrape by?
Bring us sugar and tea and rum.
I love it, Nick. I love it. Oh my god!
So I don't know. You said there was singing going on in the background.
Oh yeah. Because they're Empty Moon Pirates. I can't. I'm trying to think of like a scrapage, a consequence. You start plummeting to your death.
I do have another character I'd like to play.
No. No. Here's what I will say. I think Haru will only see this, really. I think that's where you're a little too far to see this. It's too small. I think you see the cloak that the groundhog was wearing as soon as he grabs on to the section of the mast above you. The cloak falls, begins gliding down to the main deck, the upper deck of the ship. All right. Tacho, what do you do?
So I think at that point, as soon as the groundhog is where it needs to be, Teto is going to create a gust of wind to pull himself back, and then he's going to see if he can maneuver and float back down to where Ling, Mei, Feng, and the Earth Sages are.
I love that. I think you can just do that. I think so.
So, mate, were we supposed to do something? Is he scouting, or were we supposed to find a way on as well? All right, silent. I guess we'll just.
Oh,
wait.
sorry. I was doing something.
It works.
Sorry.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
Just let it happen. All right. Well, whatever. I suppose we'll just wait.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Before we go any further, Haru, is there anything you wanted to do specifically now that the groundhog is right there above you?
I think now is the perfect time to reveal the move that I took.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely the perfect time.
And
I took it.
What is that? And to make it clear, this is the move that Justin took the last time we rolled Growth Advancement, which was, I believe, last episode.
Which was last episode. I took a move from another playbook. I am taking Best Friend. Because I realized we don't have any animal companions. And that seems like a bad thing in an Avatar campaign. So I took Best Friend.
You can't have that.
You can't not have an animal companion. So I took
also,
Best Friend.
now it's making me feel like that Relics of the New Republic was... we just played it bad now that you're saying that.
Well, you guys ended up having...
I feel like Jing Min was the animal companion.
So fair. It's very fair. Yes, 100%. So I took Best Friend, which means that if they can help me push my luck, I roll with creativity instead of passion. Which I think in this case is this. He, without tipping Paul Rock off, is kind of looking up at the groundhog and holding his chains up, and then looking at the key on Paul Rock's belt.
He looks at you, looks at the key, or they or she, I forget what we said. Looks at you, looks at the key. Goes,
Haru nods his head.
got you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm here to help. Tell me what you need, and I will aid you in this endeavor.
I guess I do understand what he's saying.
This is how Haru hears it.
Yeah.
It's voiced by Liam Neeson.
Get the key.
I think for a second he forgets he no longer has the cloak, so he sort of does a little mini swan dive to glide down. Completely lands right behind him. I think for this,
sorry.
What? Are you okay?
I'm good.
Is there something you want to tell me? Is there anything?
No, not at all. Why would I have anything to tell you?
Okay. And I think as Power Rock's turning, talking to Haru, I think that's when Techo is gliding down. Yeah, I think I want this whole thing to be a push your luck.
I can roll with creativity instead of passion.
Nick was fed up with
Yeah, I know.
our bull crap.
It was probably the internet cut out or something.
Yeah.
That is a 9.
Okay.
His
I wish that. Okay. I wish that Power Rock could aid you.
That's fine. I'm all right with the 9.
So you do a bit of cost, you just scrape by. So yeah, you see the groundhog nimbly climb up the pant leg of Power Rock.
It must take like an hour. She's so tall.
Yeah, I know, right? I think Haru, from like your point of view, you just see the groundhog just climbing up there, but then we zoom in to the groundhog's point of view, and there's like wind, like whistling, like
The
he's,
Mission
like,
Impossible
climbing
is
as if
playing.
he's literally climbing the Burj Khalifa. But alas, he makes it to the pocket where the key is, pulls it out a little bit, and goes, gives you a thumbs up, and then once again jumps off, forgetting he doesn't have the cloak, plummets down to the ground again.
Sorry about that.
Sort of-
I haven't gotten any water since you took me.
And begins climbing up to you and places the key in your hand. This groundhog is very, very competent.
I mean,
It's a skyhog now.
It's an air
It's a
hawk.
skyhog now.
Air hawk is what I was thinking. Isn't there something already in air hawk? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
No.
Is it?
And here's,
I'm gonna look.
I think
it up
here's,
now.
actually no, I'm
Like
sorry,
a
I'm
real
gonna go
life
back-
thing. I think there's something called an air hawk. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back on what I said. He doesn't place it in your hand. He just goes to
Okay.
unlock it for you, and
Sure.
he does
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But once again, this scrapage is very similar to the last one. He drops the keys off of the crow's nest as soon as he unlocks your
Okay.
manacles.
Okay. That's fine.
Given, I think, we hear a little clink as probably at this point now the cloak just hits the ground.
Yeah.
And we see a scene of some pirates below being like, the heck is that? As they look up. And let's cut to the group. All right, what are you guys doing?
So Teto has just floated back down.
There you are, Tessa. So, what did you see?
They have Haru up high on the crow's nest. Do you remember that really pretty tall lady that almost danced with me?
Yes, hard to forget.
Yeah, she's up there too, and it's hard to tell from the vantage point that I was up there, but I think she's still pretty.
Okay, that's good to know. So Haru was in the crow's nest.
Yeah, also they're loading a bunch of things and boxes. It almost looks like they're done. I think they're going
loading
to
up
be
to
leaving.
leave. We need to
Yeah.
go now. Do
Okay.
either of you? Okay, Teto, I realize that you can get onto the ship covertly. So what we'll do is we don't want to sort of move out of sync here. So we'll have you sneak on top, right? And then you can explain what's going on to Haru, and then you can free him and you can work together. I will probably have to take May with me from below in the water. I can bend us up onto the side of the ship. It's very imperative that we all move together so that like no one's taking action by themselves. You know, we wouldn't want Haru to move early, but we should all strike at the same time. And so May and I will be something of a distraction because at any time I can jump into the water and get away or get us away. And you'll mostly be just trying to get Haru out of there. I know you probably can't fly with Haru in tow, but you know, you could probably jump very far. That'd be ideal.
Thanks, Ling. You do have a way of being able to think of action plans. I just dropped the groundhog. That's all I
Dropped
can
what?
think of.
What?
The groundhog.
You brought that?
Well, yeah, he was like in my cloak. I'm not just gonna
Oh.
leave him in Gowling.
Leave him in Bossing Say. It's a song. I know. It's a good one. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. So he
another
has,
life.
he has a
I believe you.
groundhog. He's a groundhog to that to keep him company, I suppose. But whatever.
I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do. He had
I'm sure it'll. No, this way he knows.
Stop judging me.
I'm not judging you. I just
look.
now
Okay,
he knows
we get it.
that we're
you
coming.
are the plan
this is
person.
a good thing.
We understand. Yes. Okay.
Well, no,
I think May should take an eel hound. They can swim.
Oh, actually, that's a really good idea. See, Tato, contributing to the plan.
Good. You know
also,
what? I'm glad that I can contribute.
It's a good idea because now Haru will know for sure that we are.
Thank you. I feel validated now.
Coming
finally.
Okay. Well,
all right, I'm gonna go. So angry.
I'm not doing well.
Yeah, I love it. So it sounds like May and Ling are taking an eel hound, while Teto takes another route to the ship to try to get to Haru first.
Yeah, it sounds like Teto's going to go straight back up, and this time try to float down. Is that right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's the idea. Yeah.
And then May and Ling Hong are sort of sneaking around off to like the side of the ship.
And we're all going to be precisely coordinated. So,
Yes.
So Teto will be watching for Ling and May to get onto the ship and start to draw the attention down before he drops down on Haru. Is that what you're thinking?
So
seems to be.
I love it. I love it. Now that that's established, Haru, your manacles are off. What do you do?
Hi.
I was like, is he still with us?
No. Because they're not acting, so I don't want to go too early.
But
I don't know they're coming.
You don't know.
But I do know they're coming now.
Yes. A part of me wants to say
you got this skyhog that is dressed like Teto.
Yeah, I think now that the I think
I know they're
recognize what the groundhog was wearing. Yeah.
And but also I sent the groundhog to tell them to turn back around in the tunnel.
True. Yes.
So if the groundhog is here, I know that all worked.
Yeah.
I think I'll stand
this
up.
all can go according to plan. Okay.
I think I'll stand up. Crack my head and neck.
Okay, yeah, Paul Rock turns.
Knuckles.
What the? How did you?
Yeah, didn't expect that one, did you?
Yeah, and she just goes to drop her spyglass and begins swinging her hair.
I think I'll just try and deck her.
Okay.
Before she does that.
I love it.
Drop on her.
Yeah. I think honestly, you had the time to sort of like take off the manacles, prepare yourself. I think this is just to rely on your skills and training. You've punched people, I'm sure.
I've punched many people. That is a 12.
Whoa. Yeah. What is your goal with this deckage?
Just I know one punch isn't enough to take her out. So I think just like really knock her off balance.
Yeah, I think right here. I mean, you rolled a 12. That's insane. I think we see a scene of Haru punching her, and it looks like she falls off over the ledge off the crow's nest. But then the camera does quickly pan to see her hanging on to the ledge of the crow's nest.
Okay, all right.
Insane. At this point, all the pirates are looking up like, huh! And draw their blades. They're all looking up. I don't want to make that known now. They're all looking up at the crow's nest.
That's fine.
At Haru. I think now I want to see. I'm gonna have Nick roll, obviously because Monroe isn't here, so I think it makes the most sense for Ling Hong to roll.
But Nick rolls bad.
Okay. All right. That was uncalled for.
No, Nick doesn't roll bad. Yeah, I think what Sam means.
It's accurate.
no.
It's accurate, but uncalled for.
Sorry. I'm just really feeling the conflict that we've created between our character. It's not Nick. Ling rolls bad. Ling rolls.
No, I roll bad. Ling also just makes it worse.
Ling's character sheet makes it worse. Yeah. Yeah.
2025, the year of honesty.
What do we think this is? So you're trying to. So it sounds like Teto was going to try to use. It's funny. It seems like Teto was going to try to use Ling and May's infiltration as a diversion, but now all the pirates
things are wacky.
Up. Yeah. So now there's kind of a diversion created for May and Ling. So as May and Ling are on this eel hound, kind of off to the side on the docks, getting in the water, approaching the ship. What are you trying to do? Ling, you're trying to climb up the side of the ship with the eel hound, or like climb off the eel hound?
Well, I don't know that we can, like, as you get close to the ship, like, it's not that easy. I mean, you would hear like some level of commotion, but like you kind of expect that on like a ship. So yeah, I don't think I would notice. And so the plan would be to just like, all right, we're going to have the eel hound leap up the side of the ship onto the deck, just sweep a bunch of men into the water, and then we're just going to dive back out. All right. And that should create an opening to let Teto and Haru get away.
I love it. I love it. I think it is a push your luck just with all these variables.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll do that.
But passion is your best stat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
at
right.
0.
Yeah. Yeah, it is at 0.
You add nothing to it.
Yes. Good. Okay, this game isn't fun if I'm never going to roll a success. It's a 4. You guys know why Chase seemed so good at stuff? Because he had bonuses that were insane to everything.
It's honestly kind of wild because statistically, even with -1s, you should still be getting weak hits.
Still be getting
occasionally.
I've been dead set. Nick rolls bad. I said that already. Take my claim on it.
It's
My
been
New Year's
true.
resolution.
Danny knows that that's true.
I do know. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. So your plan is to leap onto the ship with the eel hound, but you missed. Let's see here. It's just the wrong ship. It was the Serena Fisherman's ship. Because I don't want to.
This is the full moon pirate ship. Dang.
Ah, man. This is the filled moon pirate ship. All right. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna say. You wanted to jump up there and use the eel hound to sweep them all off. I think you try to aim this. I'm getting into goofy avatar zone. All right. You try to aim the eel hound to jump up, but you're just a little short. As the eel hound just spearheads into the hull of the ship, and now you guys are on this makeshift eel hound plank off the side of the ship. You can still climb on, but that eel hound isn't getting on with you guys. But also, I think some of the pirates definitely noticed that. Like I said, there is some commotion, and it moves the whole ship. So they were looking up,
light it all on fire.
Okay.
We're improvising.
All right. Justin May, give me a ride in your skills and training.
Oh man. Okay. She's not great at that. She's not great at that. That's a 4.
This is going great, guys. I love this. This is so fun. May shoots out fire from her hands, just engulfing some things in flame.
Yeah.
At which point,
like this.
Haru, you see the scene unfold from above.
Yes. I mean, aim at the ship.
You turn around and you see an eel hand has pierced itself into the side of the ship, and you see your two friends about to climb on as May's lighting things on fire. And Palrock also notices this, looks up at Haru and smiles as she lets go and drops down, sort of uses her hair with the blade on it wrapped around the mast to like break her fall, and slides down. As Mei and Ling, you hear this big thud as Power Rock just lands basically right in front of you guys with a smile on her face, and is spinning her hair in one hand with the forgot what I said. It was that
Karambit.
Curved a karambit on the end of it. I think I need one more roll. That's from Teto. I think what's out of all of this, there is something that was accomplished. There is a distraction below. And Teto sees this all unfold, but I do need a roll.
Which means it worked perfectly, just to be clear.
Exactly how he planned it.
I mean, like, I also feel like it's probably what Paul Rock planned as well, but, that's just me observing the story. All right, what do you want me to roll?
They told that to Haru. I think this is just a rely on your skills and training. I think you're just gliding down, aiming for the crow's nest. Yeah.
Rely on my skills and training. Focus.
Just realize that poor eelhound is probably concussed now.
I have a 0 in focus, and I got a 6 on the dice.
Not rolling good tonight, friends.
Didn't we have that week that we were rolling really, really well? Like, this is just the other side.
I do. Right? You know why I missed just now? I normally roll 2 earth-sided dice.
Oh.
For Haru, I should have rolled my 2 fire dice. Right?
Yeah,
because
Danny, let him re-roll. That's a legit reason.
Yeah, can I re-roll?
No. But I do want to say, just the nature of what's going on.
Literally the exact same roll. It was the exact same roll.
I do want to say, before we say the results of the roll, I think Haru, if you can think of something to do, I think you would be able to help, because I think you are able to look up and you see Teto slowly gliding down towards you, but you see the wind pick up and begin to just make him go awry.
Or maybe it's like the heat from the fire that's like throwing off.
Oh, yeah, it's throwing off exactly.
How long are the chains?
Huh?
How long are the chains? Are they long enough that I could pick them up and throw them? Not throw them, but
they were wrapped around. They were wrapped around like a pole below deck, and so I think they're pretty long. Yeah.
So then, he'll take one end and launch the other end so that Teto can grab it.
Nice. So so all you have to do is mark a fatigue.
No.
To aid, and that means that Teto does it imperfectly.
It's already pretty imperfect.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is going great.
Yeah, so this is okay. So Teto, Haru throws this chain to you and you grab it, right? And when I see does it imperfectly, I just think of does it but GM move. So you grab
how
it.
That works.
And now Haru, you're holding a chain that Teto is now holding as he's gliding towards you. We quickly cut to a scene below. Embers are starting to form as some things below deck are burning. As Power Rock is just sort of laughing and slowly begins stepping towards Mei and Lingrong. As now stepping down from I don't know what they call it, the section of the helm. Stepping down from the helm is this very large man, just dead serious look on his face, holding a meteor hammer, begins walking down as well. Some of the pirates, the other pirates are in a panic trying to put fires out, as I'm sure Mei is still just letting things, but they're rearing up to fight. But we zoom in on some of the embers that are being made from this fire as we start to pan up and follow some of the embers, and some of them hit Teto's cloak as holes begin to burn in Teto's cloak and he begins to fall. But Haru, thankfully, you're holding on. So you quickly are able to tighten your grasp and grab onto Teto, hold on maybe to the master, the ledge behind you, as you're now holding a dangling Teto from the crow's nest. And we'll end it there. And while how that pans out.
I knew what I wanted to do.
Hold on to it.
That's my traveling cloak. I need that.
Just make a new one.
You should set my cloak on fire?
There's a couple holes. Just a couple holes.
Just burn a few holes into it.
Okay, now you just have to learn how to fly on your own, like Guru Lahim.
You just gotta meet Guru Lahim.
Just do something literally only 2 I'm not
One
even
person
I'm not
at this
counting
point.
At this
I'm
point,
not
only one
counting-
person is done.
that garbage. Okay. That guy did not deserve it.
It would be so interesting to like see someone with morals learn to do that, right? Because we've seen
Oh, right.
her do that. It'd be
'Cause I'm sure Guru Lagima had morals.
that'd be so interesting. Well,
That is a part of the reason why
had
I think he should.
beliefs.
All right, sorry. We should get into this more, but yes.
Somebody who cares about others but isn't weighed down by that care.
Yeah,
Instead
that's
of
what I'm saying. Like,
somebody
what would
who
yeah,
benignly doesn't care about people and someone who malignantly doesn't care about people, which
Yeah,
also
right.
is not the same thing as not having a burden. And I really hate that Western interpretation of that Eastern idea.
Yeah.
I really hate it. But moving
it is.
on,
It's bad, but that's
it
what I'm
was
saying.
not
Like,
the
that's
time for
why
that. I apologize.
it would be interesting to see that, but that's you're right. Neither here nor there.
Ugh.
The cloak just burned. We can fix
It
it.
just burned.
We can make
We'll
it
get
better.
back to it.
Like,
No, you don't
I mean-
know. He's learning to fly. God.
Everything's going according
I
to
think-
plan.
I think I have established that Teto does have seamstress skills. So
Nice. There you go. There you go.
That seems. That doesn't matter.
Seems man
Teamster.
skills.
Once again,
Teamster. I'm
Once
pretty
again-
sure. But also, it doesn't matter. Anyways, Danny.
our wacky heroes are into some goofy shenanigans. We'll just have to see how it all pans out in 2 weeks. Justin, you have anything for the folks back home?
No. We're a little bit slower right now just because our Scum and Villainy campaign ended. But what did I say? The
26.
26 is when our high fantasy
So excited.
Forged in the Dark campaign is going to start. It's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited for that.
It's going to be amazing.
That's gonna be
So
sick.
can you recap the cast?
it's the original cast. So it's all of us that were playing Scum and Villainy. So me, Danny, Nick, and Steve will be players, and Johnny's going to GM.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's
gonna be crazy.
I am ready for Johnny to rock your world.
I'm
Oh.
honestly scared. I'm
Johnny
ready
has never
because
not
I
rocked my world. Just to be
I
clear.
I think of all of us, Johnny does not pull his punches
No.
as a player, and I'm
Or a
worried
GM.
about what that
Player or
means.
GM. I mean, we
As
all
a
played.
He's
Scuff.
GM'd. Yeah, Scuff was.
Well,
And
but
that was insane.
that was
I
a
want to be clear.
limited.
Johnny was
that a-
punching me in the gut a
So
lot.
that was a limited series campaign, and it's like
Yeah.
I've told you all in the Forge to specifically do that because we only have so many episodes, right?
Mhm.
And I know that Johnny will do that for the entire campaign.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop.
Yeah,
Get your
It'll be-
character notebooks out.
I know. Seriously, have
So
like
excited.
18 backup characters. So
No.
yeah, but otherwise, yeah, check that out on the 26th. Otherwise, we'll see you next Friday. No, we will not.
Awesome.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks Friday.
2
Not
weeks.
next Friday.
2
Right.
weeks. Apologies.
Bye.
Bye,
Alright.
friends.
Bye.
Hey,
Later, cat gators.
see ya.